Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Dritte Liga. Tonight, we are in Saxony for the final match of the weekend. This one between Dynamo Dresden and Borussia Dortmund 2. Rudolf Harbig Stadion, not far from its capacity of around 32,000. A few travelling Dortmund fans in the stands too, as you can see, but the majority of the noise, unsurprisingly, coming from the home faithful who are ready to go on this Sunday evening in Dresden. It is Kevin Broll between the sticks for the home side. 28-year-old has started every game this year since Stefan Deliac's injury. Changes from their 2-0 win over Waldorf last time out. Further up the field though, Tom Zimmerschied is suspended, but the big news, captain Stefan Kuczka rather surprisingly watches on from the bench, at least initially. Dennis Borkowski and Robin Meissner fill in their respective roles. Even more changes made by Jan Zimmermann for Dortmund. 4 in total. Morey, Suber, Agil and Bamba make way for Van Gerbel, Mikkel and Hetver. Not unfamiliar names. In fairness, a number of them played the game last weekend. Bit of rotation from Zimmermann in what has been a pretty successful setup in 2024 so far. Of course, 3 games in the space of 7 or 8 days for pretty much every team in the Dritte Liga. A bit of rotation always necessary to keep the legs fresh and the minds. Nonetheless, those who did drop out will surely be looking to make a point to their manager as they return to the starting lineup. Dortmund have travelled a good 500 kilometres from the west of the country to the east to be here tonight. Fair distance between the pair in the standings at the moment as well. Dortmund safely enough in mid-table in 10th, but Dynamo are right at the sharp end, battling it out with Jan Regensburg in what appears to be a 2-horse race. Certainly beginning to look that way. And Dynamo can move to the top of the table this evening. A win would be enough to scrape back ahead of Jan on goal difference if they can take all 3 points. Players now making their way out through the tunnel and onto the pitch. Big evening. Chance to return to what they'll feel, Dynamo players, is their rightful place at the top of the table. It was a near perfect start to their campaign. 6 wins from the first 7 games. Things were a little more up and down in early October. Surprise 3-1 loss to an Essen side about to concede 9 goals in 4 days. Bounced back with a win against Hallescher. They had to come from behind against a side then in the relegation zone. Goalless draw against 1860. After that, normal service was resumed to run of 4 straight league wins and an 8-0 win over Minno's Eintracht Niski in the Saxon Cup. The bigger blip was to follow. 3 successive 1-0 losses. The giant killers Saarbrücken, Jan and Vel saw their now title rivals close the gap. Finished 2023 with 3 more wins. Both of their January friendly 3-0, but then fell to another 1-0 loss to Sandhausen upon the return from the winter break. Pretty routine 2-0 win over Waldorf during the week, combined with a loss for Jan, saw the move back to level pegging with Jan at the summit though. Referee is Florian Lechner this evening. He meets up with the 2 captains, Paul Will and the number 23, Franz Fanner. Aforementioned, he returns to the Dortmund lineup. All handshakes and smiles before we get underway. See the 2 teams switching ends now. Officiating team will hope for nothing too contentious to deal with. See if it's all smiles still in a couple of hours' time. Final team talk for Dortmund. It's been a mixed bag really this season for them. 8 wins, 8 draws, 5 losses. Another middling season for what is one of Germany's biggest clubs, B team. Finished 2023 in decent form though, 7 points from their final 3 matches, including important wins over 1860 and Hallescher, At that point, all three clubs teetering above the drop zone. Their first two games of 2024 weren't so good. Their friendlies saw a 3-1 loss to Hansa Rostock and draw with fourth tier Fortuna Cologne. But they have extended their unbeaten run in the league. An admittedly dull goalless draw with Freiburg last weekend was followed up by a big win. And they were the team to beat Jan on Wednesday, one that Dynamo will also have particularly enjoyed. So the final moments, the final seconds. Referee blows the whistle and away we go in Saxony. Final game of matchday 2022 in the Dritte Liga. Dynamo Dresden take on Borussia Dortmund 2. Dynamo in their red shirts. Shooting from left to right as we watch on. In fact, it is Dortmund in their red shirts. Dynamo, of course, in yellow and shooting from right to left, as we can see. And immediately on the front foot, immediately looking to test the away keeper. And it's closed down. Rather panicky. Luca Herrmann keeps it alive. Immediately asserting their authority on the game, Dynamo. So that is the commentator's curse, kicks in, mislaid pass. Lively start though. It's one back again quickly by Dynamo. There's a ripple of applause amongst the home crowd. For such similar traditional colours, these two sides, gold and black or yellow and black, depending on the tone of the two clubs. Dynamo, of course, as the home side, continuing their traditional colours. Dortmund's away kit, bright red, quite alien for the big German club. This evening at least. Dynamo are Germany's black and yellow club. Lovely 1-2, and it's kept in well. Check back. No problema, still going. He's eventually stopped in his tracks. And then the offside flag goes up from the officials as Lema tries to win it back. Good work though. Lovely 1-2. Right on the edge of the area. Tackle had to be right. It was though. Certainly got the ball. Ooh, whistles and frustration amongst the home crowd. Already feeling that Dortmund are maybe taking their time over situations. They are the underdogs, of course, here against one of the league's top two on home soil. In good form though, Dortmund. They might just back themselves to snatch a result here. I'm sure it will be a fairly cautious approach though. Steady passing now from Dresden. After that quick fire start, which got the crowd off their seats and Dortmund on their toes. They were on their toes, though, unable to deal with it. And now looking to stride forward for the first time. Rodney Alongo-Yombo running into trouble, though. Jan Semic. And left back. Brought in the absence of Guille Bueno. He remains out for now. Spaniard made a great impact. Fullback for Dortmund. Waiting to return. And Semic has been doing all right in his absence, nailing down that left back position, at least for now. Important cutout by Antonis Aidonis. This one back by Dynamo. And there's space here and options. That was by Franz Fanner. Ball wasn't quite right. Franz frustrated that he had to do something about that. Careless from his fellow defenders. Nicely worked, and ball forwards from Jonathan Meyer. Doesn't quite thread the needle. And frustration for the home fans as another decision goes the way of the visitors. In fact, hasn't gone their way. They were just displeased about that late challenge from Alongo-Yombo. That's the break here. Julian Hetver runs at the Dresden defence. He's stopped illegally. That's not the case. In the opposite direction. You can see why the question was being asked by Dortmund players. And Meissner getting back. Another in the first booking. Or Antonis Aidonis. Round of applause from the home fans. Scrappy spell of play. Bitty players having little nibbles at each other. And that one was certainly cynical. New signing, Aidonis. Dortmund reacting to the injury woes. And the move of Hendry Blanken, another German Greek. Antonis Papadopoulos to the professional seat by strengthening themselves with Aidonis, 22-year-old. Trained at Stuttgart and was most recently under contract in Greece with Aros Thessaloniki. Auditioned in recent weeks and was able to convince. And that is a fairly convincing piece of goalkeeping by Silas Ostrinsky. Confirmation there of the yellow card for Aidonis. Ball was whipped in by Luca Herrmann. With Ostrinsky just about doing enough. He was waiting for the touch, waiting for a header, which never came. It nearly snuck through his legs, but quickly into the loose ball before it could be snapped up by a waiting attacker. Of course, mentioned Kevin Broll in the lineups. Ostrinsky also not the traditional first choice for Dortmund. They are without Marcel Lotka. He's played in pretty much every game this season for Dortmund. Had been ever present until a 4-match suspension for a red card deep into stoppage time against Ingolstadt. Strinsky comes in the absence of Lotka, 20-year-old. Featured twice earlier in the season in early December during a 3-0 win over 1860 and a 1-1 draw with Ulm, and twice last season as well. Not totally inexperienced, but fairly inexperienced. That's not the case for Kevin Broll. Very familiar face in the Dresden goal. Borkowski, burst of pace down the left wing. Continues his run, gets it back. Can't quite keep it in. Back into the side, and nice first show of his potential. Matched by Adonis, who'll have to be careful now for over 80 minutes. In a good position to be on a yellow card full-back. Certainly not for that length of time. Captain on the night, Will will have to defend a corner now from Dortmund. First opportunity to really put the ball into the box with Venom for the away side. Red shirts to aim at in the middle, about 5. It's not a bad delivery, but missing the two closest candidates. And Dynamo looking to break here. Borkowski makes the run, and it's going to break through for Borkowski into the box. Shifts it onto his left, across the danger area. Somehow stays out by a combination. Defender Arnold Strinsky, and the follow-up shots. Dribbles wide in the end. And that could have gone anywhere. Brilliant play by Borkowski. Excellent ball as well to find him. With Semic over covering. Hooked away in the end. He wondered when that was going to come off the keeper's back. He might have gone into his own net, but fortune favouring Dortmund nonetheless. Dynamo fans are bouncing now. Sanfang pleased with this start from his side. Lively. Here they come again. All in from Portman this time. It's dealt with again by Semic. This time in his assigned left-back role, to get over to cover on the right beforehand. Quick break. Dortmund takes from the right-hand side over everyone again. Now maybe Dortmund can try and counter. Not like that though. Missed by Longo Yombo in the space here. Poor Herrmann. He carries on. Finds Meissner in the middle. Lays it up. Will with the shot. Half-hearted appeal for handball. Immediately down the other end, it's Kevin Broll. Quickly off his line. Fortunately so. Keeper staying alive. Staying alert. Very necessary to do so. What is again with a very quick tempo end to end at times in the first 15 minutes. A world away from the slow tempo this time last weekend for Dortmund. Their game with Freiburg never really got going. The effective B-team derby. Freiburg 2 and Dortmund 2. But Dynamo making things happen here and having to respond. And the ball into the middle. Ball's kindly for Bukowski. And this time shifted it onto his right. Didn't quite catch the shot as he'd have liked to. It's blocked and out for a corner. They know the prize on offer this evening. Dynamo and their players return to the summit. Currently 3 points behind Jan Regensburg with a slightly better goal difference. Corner is long, all the way to Kamenekt. Right back, brought it down. He's alive and another opportunity. Herman finds a way through, wriggles between two and unleashes a shot. It's high and wide in the end, but more warning signs from the hosts. Lovely footwork, lucky bounce. Rebounding off Idonis and perfectly into his path. Yes, I think it was Falco Mikkel looked to hoof it into Rosed. That is hoofed carelessly all the way to Kevin Broll. Dortmund's out of possession disappears as quickly as it came to them. And just behind Borkowski. Polite round of applause, by the way, from both player and crowd. Mikkel. Pass cut out again. Header and Bunning waiting for Broll, who did make his way out quickly enough. Delacia suffered a serious muscle injury in his thigh during the final game of 2023 at Armenia. He was expected to be back on the pitch at the beginning of March, the latest, but he's had to undergo an operation. Now likely to be absent from the potential league leaders for longer than expected. Dresden have responded by increasing the number of keepers, signing another one, Daniel Mesenhöhler. Is he on the bench this evening? It's the only other available keeper, Eric Herman, is ill. So it was a very necessary signing for Dynamo. To all their eggs in the Broll basket. Nothing happened to the keeper. Be an outfield player in goal. Something Dortmund no fair amount about. Landsfanner, captain, had to go in goal against Ingolstadt after Lotka scored that red card. It is Ostrinsky in goal though on this occasion, and doing enough from that corner. Commanding jump and take of the ball, so it's good Distribution again, Dortmund giving it to Dynamo too often at the moment. This is more the kind of campaign those Dynamo fans will have been expecting. Things also started well last season for Dresden. 5 wins from their first 7, almost identical to the start of this campaign. The wheels began to fall off in October, winless in 6 before the winter break. Whilst they covered well, as the season restarted, they would only manage 6th in the end. It was a loss in the penultimate game that really cost them. They finished 1 point behind third-placed Osnabrück, missed out on a spot in the DFB Pokal on goal difference. Painful end to last campaign, but they've managed to avoid another autumn slump this campaign. Now looking to push on, move back to the summit. Looking a pretty decent bet to earn that promotion this time round. And Jan, fairway clear if Dynamo do win here and return to the top spot. They and Jan will both be 9 points clear of Ulm in 3rd. Another 3 points down to Sandhausen in 4th. A potential 12-point cushion if Dynamo come away with all 3 points this evening between them and the spots that have no chance of promotion. And of course, only 15 games to play. We are getting to the latter stages of mid-season. Final stretch, not too far in the distance now. They will be focusing on the here and now, though. Dynamo need to do the job this evening. After a very strong spell in the first quarter of an hour, Dortmund was trying to push up the field a bit and reduce themselves from being pinned back, and they'll do so here. And it's Alongo Yombo, and against the run of play, who said they wanted to push up the pitch. They pushed all the way up the pitch and snatched the lead out of nowhere. A mistake at the back. I think it was Jonathan Meyer selling Kevin Broll short. Alongo Yombo nicked in, couldn't do it at the first time we were asking. It was Meyer just under hit. Broll did well to save the first one, but Alongo Yombo up quickly and able to slot home from a pretty narrow angle. The defenders rushing towards the line, but not quite getting there in time. Fell kindly back into the path of the striker. He didn't have to be asked twice. That's his 4th of the season. Scored both goals in a 2-2 draw with Armenia. He's been waiting for number 4 for a while. And he has it now. Dortmund have the lead. And Dynamo respond instantly. Big tackle from Leon Semic. Shock to the system. You can hear that it's gone a little quiet inside the Rudolf Harbig Stadion. Plenty of time to respond. You can't afford costly mistakes like that. So they have to hear. Focus on the here and now. And there's a loss of focus from Meyer. It cost his side. free kick now, though. A little far out. Imagine he'll still be delivered into the box by Kamenex. And it is taken back into his own half. Dynamo will pick their moment. Maya really giving the ball away again. Quite as costly. Now, they make their way forwards with Borkowski. Nicked away from Kamenex, and here come Dortmund again, looking dangerous on the counter. Longo Yombo retains possession well. Thanks for support. A little shift, drop of the shoulder. Drops to his knees, but no appeal for a penalty. Frustration in amongst the home crowd. A few sloppy passes, not the kind of quality they'd expect from their side. Now can Maya make amends down the left wing? Vil. Herman turns away, fires it over to Jakob Lemmer. Puts it one side of the defender, sprints on, but a little too heavy, a touch. Simic just about doing enough. Acceleration of Jakob Lemmer. Simic commendably getting up to speed pretty quickly himself. It was a corner, saw the final touch had come off Jakob Lemmer. Was just a tackle from Simic that sent the ball beyond the touchline. Delivered in to the edge of the 6-yard line. It's hooked away by Longo Yombo. His defensive duties, as well as those at the other end of the pitch. Flemic turning into trouble needlessly. Held out though. This time it's Vil with the cross into the middle. Maya. Laid up on the edge for Herman. Gives it back to Meissner. Jakob Lemmer. Not far wide of that far post. Just put it out from under his feet. Took aim at the bottom corner. Strinsky felt the need to dive. Kamenex. Lemmer again. And to run at Semic this time. Plays it inside to Kamenex. At the right back. With a loose touch. Again, slightly sloppy moment, and Dortmund will want to make them pay every time they make anything like that. Justin Butler. Dinked forwards by Hetver. The referee has blown the whistle. Presumably for offside, certainly Dynamo free kick either way. Just a little complacency from Jonathan Maya. Allowed a Longo Yombo in. Awareness. There was a runner. Made a slightly under-hit pass with his weaker foot. He was instantly punished. Lovely dummy. There are options here in the middle, laid up but it's under the feet of Herrmann. See the frustration. The midfielder needed that played ahead of him. It's a slam on the anchors. Couldn't adjust quickly enough to get a shot away. Dortmund break into Dresden half. A rarity since the goal. Donis, decent ball in. Breaks over to Michael Eberwein. Captain on occasion, Eberwein. The more experienced members of the squad. Only featured from the bench number of times this season, but back in the starting 11. Kamenet's looking to get things going as quickly as possible. There is an hour still to play. The Dresden players looking just a little nervous at the moment, having given that away, and with the expectancy of the crowd clear to hear. Lemmer. That's for the 1-2. Gets it. Brilliantly played back by Herrmann. Into the middle. Meissner. Blocked. Head in hands for Robin Meissner. Fist pump from Dortmund defender. In the way. As good as a goal. Like I say, pieces of defending like that. It was Franz Fanner, of course, the captain, leading by example. Goal side, getting himself between Meissner and his keeper. A strange looking corner, but it falls for Kamenet, who goes down and looks at the referee. He was saying there was an arm on his shoulder there. Another good ball in, punched away by Strinsky. Brought down by Lemmer, checks back. Takes it away from one, unleashes a shot, but dragged wide. He wants a corner. A couple of his teammates as well, making the point. Here's the incident with Kamenet. And it was Julian Hetfer, the potentially guilty party, not in the eyes of the referee. Kamenet certainly losing his balance, but I have to say, it didn't appear to be much contact or much pressure applied by Hetfer. Would have been very harsh. Kamenet, surprising brace scorer, if that is a term, earlier in the season. Probably should have had a hat-trick as well in the 3-2 win over Ulm. Back himself two. Crucial on that evening. I'd be perfectly happy for him to be back on unexpected goal-scoring form here. Here's Borkowski, who wins a corner though. Herrmann raises his hands into the air. Only finds the raised hands of Ostrinsky. Tenacious work by Semic. In fact, it was Justin Butler. A little further up the pitch. He wins a free kick as well. doggedly trying to run the line. See Anfang getting a little frustrated now. And Zimmerman as well. Looking best happy. Best pleased. Anfang wants an explanation. Whether it's about that most recent incident or maybe the Kamenekt penalty shout. Free kick is taken illegally quickly. Referee not ready yet. Let off in a way for Leon Semic, who didn't really nailed the delivery. It was a quick free kick. Slip from Alongo Yombo. Dynamo can bring it out with Maya. Barkowski. There is closer inspection, certainly a hand on the arm of Kamenekt. Maybe a let-off there for the Dortmund defender. Very subtle, the dark arts of defending, employed by a winger, in truth, Julian Hetver. Just subtly grabbing the arm to throw Kamenekt off balance. Getting the shot away as he would have liked. Vanna goes down under the close contact of Meissner. Decisions starting to annoy the Dresden faithful. I feel that they're getting a fair rub of the green. With a slight nervous ripple of noise. It was dealt with though by Roll, and now Barkowski looking for the outside of the boot pass into the middle. Dortmund though with numbers back. It will likely be the case as long as they can hang on to the lead. It will be. There was set to be a cautious approach, as mentioned at the beginning of the game, certainly with their surprise 1-0 lead, capitalising on that mistake. If it stays that way though, here's the bigger question. Robin Meissner not quite able to make the most of that. Now Hermann off the outside of the uprights. Getting closer. Nice first touch to take it away from Rogau. And everybody just stood still and watched, including Silas Ostrinsky. Fortunately for the keeper though, Hermann only clipping outside of the post. Might be getting closer, but they're also running out of time for the break, that is, at least. Going up to battle for the header there as well, bringing this down, involving everything in this first half, and that's brilliantly done by Jakob Lemmer. Now can he deliver the final ball as well? Towards Borkowski. Hooked away before it could get to the opposite, winning it. Ville, its instructions. Lemmer is tackled, but will now have a corner. forced to be Hermann to take the third corner. Knocked in low. Hauptmann turns, looks to lay up. Lemmer. The collision there between Leon Semic and Hauptmann. Seeing the former stay down. It was kindly and invitingly for Paul Will. Disappointing effort in the end as Semic gets back to his feet. Strong header from Hauptmann and just knocking Semic off balance, if anything. Strinsky just making sure that the ball was perfectly placed, killing a couple of extra seconds in the process. Quick turn from Justin Butler this way and that, but the ball is nicked away. Now it's Dresden bringing it away. Lemmer again looks for Hermann. This time doesn't find him though. Lessons quickly back with the home side though. Look to drop one more big chance before the break at least. Kamenekt battles with Longo Yombo. He's out with the ball. Borkowski. Adonis quickly in. Favoured side for Dresden early on was the left. More of their attacks have been down the right since they conceded. But as yet, still waiting rather to break their own personal duck in this game. Deadlock has been broken. With in truth, Dortmund's only real chance. Borkowski takes it down, but again, heavy touch. It's out for a goal kick. Butler will be pleased to be back in the starting 11. Suffered a serious injury, one of a few serious injuries for Dortmund in the space of a few days. Himself, Besson and Ivo Rere with long-term injuries in a week or two. Now back, fighting fit. It's very much an out option for Dortmund in this first half as they sit back to defend. And a job made easier by efforts like that. Less accurate this time from Luca Hermann. Hauptmann. Borkowski gives it away carelessly. Yombo again the beneficient. frustrated with that decision. It will be a Dortmund free kick as we enter first half stoppage time. Certainly didn't get the ball though, just caught a little bit of Michael Eberweiber. As forward comes Semic, all the way to the touchline. If they could find themselves 2 up, and that really would put the cat amongst the proverbial pigeons at Dynamo at the half-time point, the halfway point. It has been pretty much all the home side, certainly in terms of possession and shots and created chances. But now on the back foot as stoppage time, it's knocked back in by Butler. Offside flag up though. And Dresden survive what would have been a real shocker. A real gut punch. And now, can they turn the tables with a late goal of their own? Borkowski. There's a brilliant ball out to him. To wait for the cavalry to arrive. By that time, Dortmund have got back as well, back into shape. And a well-drilled side. Borkowski wins the free kick. Trying to wriggle between 3 or 4 players. A yellow card. Not sure whether it was for the foul or protestations. Appears to have gone the way of Falco Mikkel. And Spanner, the captain's armband. A valuable contribution earlier. Big block. Will he be called upon again here in what will quite possibly be a final chance of the first 45. Ehrman, as ever, on set-piece duty. Floats it in towards the back stick. It's nodded on. And the touch came from Lars Bunning. Seemingly there was another touch, the Dortmund players believe, and their frustration continues to grow. They didn't think it should have been a corner for Dortmund at the other end either. And a tackle on Semic. Now they should have had a corner in their eyes late on here. It was in fact Franz Fanner with the yellow card. And well, I won't mind a booking or two because his side are 1-0 up here at the halfway point. Certainly against the run of play. But in fairness to Dortmund too, they got their chance and they took it. A careless moment from Jonathan Meyer. And that man, Rodney Olongo-Yombo, pounced. Had to have 2 bites of the apple on the second. He found the net, slotting home from a narrow angle after initial save made by Kevin Broll. His first goal since November sees Borussia Dortmund 2, 1-0 up at half-time. Welcome back to Saxony for the second half of this Dritte Liga match between Dynamo Dresden and Borussia Dortmund 2. Match day 22 coming to an end. It's the final match of the weekend, and it has all the makings of a thriller in the second half. Dynamo, as would surely be expected, on top. They are looking to return to the top of the league with a win here. They dominated proceedings, but their visitors caught them on the break. Mistake at the back from Jonathan Meyer allowed Rodney Alongo-Yombo in. And the number 27 broke the deadlock. Slotting under Kevin Broll. It's an initial save, giving Dortmund the lead against the run of play. Back underway now, albeit briefly. Justin Butler brought down holding his lower back for a collision with Claudio Gamenect. Butler looks in a bit of discomfort, but helped back to his feet by Franz Rogau. We should be back underway once again with Leon Simic. His throw forward to Alongo-Yombo. Himself goes down, the goal scorer, and then to a barren run. 2.5 months since he'd last scored. That came on the 11th of November in a 1-1 draw with Lübeck. Now back amongst the goals. And his side will hope this one doesn't end up 1-1, although that wouldn't be the worst result for Dortmund away from home against Dynamo. I'm sure from here they will do everything they can, and that is the very least that they can do. Hitting the bar so close to making it 2-0. And Dynamo survive. There was a ball in from Michael Eberwein. And it was Justin Butler. Got ahead of his man, but couldn't quite keep it under the bar from close range. And Dresden survive a massive scare at the start of the second half. Butler's only scored once this season. Only once for Dortmund since he joined from Ingolstadt. But that within centimetres of his first goal in a very long time. The Dortmund players finding, or very nearly finding, their goal-scoring form in the unlikeliest of settings and scenarios against the division's biggest sides. I said Dortmund were in good form though coming into this and might fancy snatching a result. I'm not sure even they would have dreamt of coming that close to going 2-0 up immediately after the restart. You will now have to deal with a free kick, though, in a pretty dangerous position. Marcus Anfang, again, showing his frustration. Wouldn't have expected to be behind coming into the second half, and certainly not nearly two behind. Experienced coach Anfang, I'm sure he will have had some wise words at half-time. Spent his career with a number of Bundesliga teams, his playing career, that is. Bayer Leverkusen and Schalke, he's been in big situations. A situation for Dortmund, but not too much of a worry there. Attempt from Lars Bunning. It was also Leverkusen where Anfang started out as a coach, under-17 coach, back in 2013. He's had a pretty eventful coaching career since then. Good spell at Holstein Kiel, was followed by a stint with FC Cologne. Sacked despite the club being sat at the top of the table. Maybe that's why he's looking so nervous, so frustrated here. Inside with the chance to go top. That won't give him any security in the hot seat in Dresden. After that firing with Cologne, it was a season with Darmstadt. Took the reins at Werder Bremen, but resigned after allegations over forged COVID-19 vaccination certificates. Of course, joining Dynamo summer of 2022. So it's certainly not uneventful career so far for the 49-year-old. Turns 50 this year. Not an uneventful 50 minutes of this game either. Just the one goal. Dortmund having come very close to making it two, looking to do so again here. In Hetver, pressing down the right. He was again involved at this end of the pitch in the first half with a penalty shout, quite a big one. Radio Kamenekt. With a little helping hand on the way down from Hetver. Adonis, the throw. Eberwein wants to hang on to it. It's not cleared. Once, twice. Straight back to Dortmund. But make that 3 times. Not even finish the sentence. Giving away again. For now, Dynamo fans remaining patient, showing their displeasure. I had them start to seem a little tense and a little frustrated in the first half. They're now looking to cheer their side on to an equaliser. Eberwein turning into trouble, and here could be the chance to do just that and level things up. It's with Jakob Lemmer who cuts inside. To find Franz Fanner, who again fist bumps. Punches the air after a crucial piece of defending. Cutting inside Mario Subert. Fanner rushing back, showing why it's he with the armband. Over 100 appearances now for Borussia Dortmund 2. Franz Fanner, 29-year-old captain, has played every game this season. As he rushing on, marking Jakob Lewald. It's the other number 23, Burning, involved here. Well, over enthusiastically trying to win the ball back, hurting himself in the process. Discussions ongoing in the home dugout. Be sure that Marcus Anfang have come into this second half with a game plan. Original game plan may have been ripped up when Elongo Yumbo surprised the home fans and the home team with the opener. Anfang would have watched on in the first half and seen what he thought it needed addressing for the second. For the most part, not too much. Scoreline has gone against Dresden, but had looked in control for the most part, just lacking a bit of luck, a bit of finishing class at the attacking end. I wonder if Stefan Kuchka will make an appearance sooner rather than later. No half-time changes deemed necessary. Can the current 11 do what's necessary? Borkowski again looking to head to the byline. His cross. Dealt with though. And Dortmund again looking to counter. They look dangerous on the counter. They've got pace in that team. Longo Yombo. Always looking to capitalise, and quickly he is onto Lars Budding again there. Composed from the Dresden centre-back. Very nearly a repeat nightmare for Jonathan Meyer. And instead it's down the other end where, in fact, it's Jakob Lemmer who's nicked in and still going. Big tackle again though from Fanner. Brought down by Paul Will. Captain for now. Kuchka underwhelmed a little perhaps in his games since the restart after winter break. Still a surprise to see him drop to the bench though. And his leadership might be needed if Dresden go much longer without pegging Dortmund back into level terms. Lemmer leaves Leon Semic for dead. Looks lively, Jakob Lemmer, but all of his runs currently are ending up with lots of possession. Butler so close to doubling the lead within a couple of minutes. The game getting back underway. Joined on a free transfer this summer. It's been used a bit sparingly in a few injury problems, as mentioned. And to nail down his place on that left wing now. Born in Germany, in Augsburg, but has taken part in a training camp with the United States under-18 team. Still yet to make his official international allegiance, 22 now. Surely has a better chance with the US national team, one would imagine, than the German one. He did start his career with Bayern Munich. For now, totally focused on his club duties though. Dortmund breaking up the game at the moment, drawing fouls, making it stop-start. That will suit them nicely. Dresden can't get into their stride, play the kind of football that they want. Now, half an hour or so for Dynamo to turn this one around. They were briefly back on top after the midweek games. The first time since mid-November. That never mentioned. Significant blip, those 3-1-0 defeats on the trot. The chances of going back to the top for a more extended period of time starting to look slim here. It has to be a win. 3 points shy of Jan. Their goal difference is now the same as the current league leaders, both on 16. Of course, a win would see them move up to 18 at least. Very tight at the top though. Hermann wriggles away. But is stopped from going any further by Franz Rogau. Breathing a little heavily now, Luca Hermann. involved in everything in the first half. And a little quieter since the restart. Dortmund wasting a few seconds where they can. Signs of changes maybe as we tick past the hour mark. Warming up on the sidelines would be expected at this point. Some fresh legs and fresh ideas needed for Dynamo. Dortmund for now will be pretty content with their job. Fresh legs would not be a bad idea. In a short while, one would imagine. Have to work doggedly here. Chase down the Dynamo players. Requires plenty of energy, stamina. And another to enter the book now is Justin Butler. Protects his innocence. But certainly caught Kamenekt. Turned away. I think just catching the ankle of the right back. Of course, you increase your chances of being substituted by picking up a booking. Just the law of averages makes more sense for our managers to take off a player who could be removed from the game with a second yellow. And as expected, Stefan Kuchka is one of those set to be introduced. It's to be a double change coming up for the home side. But for now, Borkowski, two in the middle, shifts it around. Another half-hearted appeal, only really from Borkowski and a few of the louder, more passionate Dresden fans. So Meissner and Lemmer in the middle, no real appeals. As ever, it was Fana doing his part, and I think it was the defender who got a foot to that ball. Lemmer. This could be the final opportunities for the Dynamo attackers. They'll be aware of that to make it count. Longo Yombo beaten to the ball by Lars Bunning. And indeed, that was final involvement for Borkowski. He makes way for his captain. And the other is Luca Herrmann. His head looked to be breathing heavily. Maybe that was also spotted. By the manager. And on comes Lucas Cueto. 27-year-old midfielder. Strong tackle by Semic. Cueto scored the second goal in the 2-0 win against Waldorf on Tuesday. Form player to join, along with his captain. A minute burst of energy down the left, and somehow it has ended up in the back of the net. It will go down as an own goal from Silas Ostrinsky. It was Jakob Lemmer who probably should have scored. Somehow found the keeper. The keeper couldn't keep it the right side of the line. Burst of energy. How about that for the first involvement from Lucas Cueto? A dream sub. Little frustration from Lemmer that he didn't finish it off himself, but that man won't mind either way. Marcus Anfang with an inspired substitution. And his super sub. Cueto, I was just saying, found the second goal during the week. That was his first of the season and his 6th appearance. And on his 7th appearance, picks up what should have been an assist. Will eventually go down as perhaps a pre-assist. Either way, a sign of what Antonis Aidonis and those on the right wing can expect from Cueto. And again, it is down that left wing. Meissner is going on. It's over to Kuchka on the right-hand side. It's just beyond the jumping Meissner in the middle. Just over him, rather. It was an attacking change from Anfang, and it's immediately paid off. Bring on another target man in his captain, Kuchka. Effectively changes to a 4-2-4, you'd have to say now. Lemmer again with that pace, battling against Semic and forcing the left back into a foul, holding him back. It will be all-out attack for the rest of the game, or at least until Dresden can get a second. But that all-out attack approach worked immediately. Matter of seconds between the introduction of Kuchka and Cueto and the equaliser. Now, a dangerous free kick as well. And this could get away from Dortmund as quickly as it came to them. Something for the referee to deal with in the middle here. Lars Bunning seemingly knocked to the ground by Falco Mikkel. Picks up a yellow. Thought it was him earlier. Fortunately for him, it was Fanner who received the earlier one. See it here on the replay. Missed a little shove from Falco Mikkel, which Bunning maybe made the most of, but you can't deny existed. Now what can they conjure up? Ball in. It's by Meyer. It's punched away well by Ostrinsky, who want to make amends for the own goal. He might be called upon quite a bit in the remaining 22 minutes. Not this time, though. Fired wide by Meissner. Bit of a miss-hit. And the short goal kick tactic employed by Dortmund does buy them seconds, as Ostrinsky is allowed to slowly bring the ball out of his area. Instructions clear for Dresden. To rely on their defensive instructions now. Semic winning a corner for Dortmund. And now will it be Kevin Broll called upon? He's into a dangerous area, missed everyone. Seemingly had already gone out before bending back in. Be a goal kick for Broll. Far more experienced than the man at the other end. Was Dynamo's first choice goalkeeper for 3 seasons across this league and the second tier, making 100 appearances between 2019 and 2022. There is a response from Jan Zimmerman. On come 2 sets of fresh legs. Maybe they could have been used earlier on. Idonis on a yellow, replaced by Prince Anning. Youngster, teenager, born in Amsterdam. Prince Aduadi Anning. Maybe the fearlessness of youth required now for Dortmund to try and wrestle back an unlikely lead and an unlikely win. For now, though, some defending to do. It's brilliantly brought down by Gueto. He turns this way and that and fires it into the corridor of uncertainty. It's all the way through to Kamenex. This is lofted and well claimed by Ostrinsky. Justin Butler, the other to make way for Moses Otuali. Gueto, again, causing a nuisance on the left-hand side. Turning his defender inside out. Otuali, in his first involvement. In fairness to Jan Zimmerman, we've spoken about them maybe playing for time a little and defending their lead, defending even before they had the lead. And it's an attacking change. Otuali brought on alongside Alongo Yombo at the front. Slight change of shape, perhaps. Certainly not a defensive substitution, looking to hang on for a point. And Zimmerman going for it. And he's also very experienced. His opposite number, despite being 5 years younger. He started out initially as a player manager at just 32. Worked his way up the lower divisions before getting a shot at the big time with Hanover. But was sacked after 6 months. Took a year out before taking it from Christian Preußer at Dortmund 2. First involvement as well for Hanning. Or Hanning, I should say. Bill, solid in defence as ever. Maybe 3 at the back now, I think, for Dortmund. Both fullbacks taken off. Shot on target. Made a comfortable one, Julian Hetver. You see him sprinting back. I think he might be in a right wing-back role now. Alongo Yombo also seems to have dropped a little deeper with Otuali definitely leading the line. Tempers free. Cars burning again involved. Not appreciating a shove in the back from Otuali. And Trollhead would be a great result for Dortmund. Don't forget that, even though they are looking now maybe for all 3. But can't believe that that's gone against him. Disappointed. Didn't manage to take it in his stride a little better. It was a good ball forwards. And a battle with Jonathan Meyer. And the draw would be enough to take Dortmund up to 9th. And it's about as high as they've ever finished, but will they be able to claim that point is the bigger question. to bring it down from Hauptmann. So it was taken quickly. Ball nearly bouncing kindly into the path of Kuchka, who looks frustrated that Ostrinsky has stayed down here. Keeper out bravely, certainly sliding into the feet. He did take a bang to the head from Kuchka. No debate about that. Certainly no intention from Kuchka either. Either way, Ostrinsky back on his feet now, able to get the game back underway for the final quarter of an hour or so. Will we have a winner by the end of that period? It was mid-table for Dortmund as well last season. That was a all-or-nothing campaign, just 6 draws. 19 losses was the most of any club outside the bottom 3. Now generally a team that's yo-yoed between the 3rd and 4th tiers in recent years. It's their 3rd season back in the Dritte Liga since they won the Regionalliga West in 2021. So a top half finish would be a big result for Dortmund. Their 9th placed finish season before last was their highest since 2003. So if they can break into the top 8 by season's end, I would consider that job very well done. Dynamo, of course, with far greater ambitions. Probably, in truth, greater ambition in the remainder of this game. Meyer whips it in. Headed away, it's going to fall temptingly on the edge for Jakob Lemmer. We'll go out for a corner. With pinball in the box. Normally a division or so above their opponents tonight. Whilst Dortmund have yo-yo between the 3rd and 4th. It's been the 2nd or 3rd for Dynamo. That is comfortably claimed by Ostrinsky. Dynamo looking to move themselves back up the divisions. Spoke about their near miss last season, having been relegated the season before. They were looking for an instant return to the 2nd tier, something they managed in 2021. Former giant of East German football, of course, 8-time DDR Oberliga champions. 3 wins in a row in the 70s. He did spend 4 years in the Bundesliga. Always fighting relegation, though. I'd love to get back there, given a few years. And have a free kick here to take the first step in that potential journey. With a late winner here, perhaps. It would be Robin Meissner this time. 2 men used in the wall by Ostrinsky. No chances taken. Cute angle though it is. Can't rule out a shot. No keeper wants to be beaten at their near post from there. Tricky one, this, for a goalkeeper. Will have pace on it, and it is. Deflected away by Ostrinsky. Almost a knuckleball, I think. Strike from Meissner. Dipping massively. It's one of those where if you just hit it hard and it's well struck and generally in the direction of the goal, it only takes a tap from an attacker. The keeper often caught in two minds. Well, Motuali to be waiting for the whistle, which didn't come. For the foul, it did eventually come. The ball having gone out. It's at least in the opinion of the linesman. It's a very close call. Dortmund trying the patience of the referee, picking a few extra seconds to get the game back underway. Heavy touch from Motuali, gives possession away. It's good work from Hauptmann. Now, how's the final ball? It's behind Kuchka. Lemmer into the middle. Swing and a miss from Meissner. It's not quite happened for Robin Meissner. Into the starting 11. Ronaldo at the other end, will it happen? Motuali looking to again make the most of a chance out of nothing. Paul Ville ensured it came to nothing. Meissner scored 3 so far this season. All came in November and December, all as a substitute. Featured as a sub in last 2 games as well. That's the nod over his captain initially this evening. And he's stayed on even when his captain was introduced. He hasn't as yet shown why he should be in that starting 11 more regularly. Cueto has made a decent shout though for his involvement in the starting 11. Live wire since he was introduced. Used sparingly since joining from Karlsruhe in the summer. Lucas Cueto. But Dresden have looked a different side down that left wing since he's come on, taking nothing away from Borkowski. Cueto with an instant impact. Oh, can he have a crucial impact late on? Kuchka, Kamenet. His ball into the middle, and it was Cueto. He had a golden opportunity to make good on that setup, both in commentary and on the pitch. But he couldn't keep his header down. It sails over Silas Ostrynski's gaping net. Young keeper will go long for once in this goal kick, try and gain some territory maybe for Dortmund. Was that the chance? Will Dynamo get one as big as that again in the remaining 7 minutes plus additional time? They would have loved that chance to fall to Stefan Kuchka. Another double change. Jan Zimmerman saw Samuel Bamba making his way on that. Often used as a super sub. Or was it Longo Yombo, a goal scorer, who made way. And also making his way on Ted Tatamush, who subbed off fairly early on a week ago from right back. And he can play in midfield or at fullback. See exactly where he's set up for the final 5 or 10 minutes here. He's an unusually tall fullback. Hetver, the other to make way. Didn't quite have the impact that he'd have hoped. Changes as well for Dynamo. Panagiotis, Platodimos, another with some Greek ancestry, has represented Greece at youth level. 32-year-old, born in Germany. He replaces Jakob Lemmer. Another brilliant first half. Again, maybe used up a little too much energy early on, looking a little tired up. Now the number 7 taking up that traditional role on the right-hand side, and oh, it's so close again, but this time the luck isn't with Dynamo. A brilliant ball in. He caught the post and rolled agonizingly across the 6-yard line. Somehow Dortmund survive, and could they even snatch the lead back again? They can! Samuel Bamba with what must be practically his first touch. Gives Dortmund the lead within seconds of them coming within centimetres of falling behind. Well, it was a little sloppiness at the back again. Complacency from Dresden. They didn't learn their lesson from the first half. And this time, it was the man who replaced Elongo Yombo who struck. Samuel Bamba breaks the heart of Dresden all over again. How fickle a game football can be. Dynamo were in. Looks like they'd finally claimed the lead for the first time. I have to wait to see a replay of that previous chance down the other end. Certainly within centimetres of taking the lead, and then before they know it, they're back behind with 3 minutes to go. Lumped forwards towards Kuchka, who gives away the free kick. Battle with Fana, the two captains coming together. And there was a chance before. And the ball in from Meissner. And how did Nicholas Hauptmann not find the net? And now it's Dortmund looking for another. Nearly over to Bamba again. The home fans thought they would be pushing for a winner in the final minutes, not an equaliser. Kuchka goes down into free kick. What an introduction from Samuel Bamba. Will be another corner here for Dresden. It's time Paul Will to take it. It's into a good area, but well claimed by Ostrinsky. Looks to set away Bamba again, the teenager who scored his first goal of the season. His first goal for the B team. And what a goal it was to score. Well taken as well, has to be said. Job wasn't done, even when the ball fell to him in the box. And Dortmund, with 5 forwards here, it's 5 on 5. Not just sitting back, even as we tick over into stoppage time. 5 minutes of which there will be. It's a ray of hope for Dynamo. They could yet get something out of this. Was scoring for fun in the under-19s, Samuel Bamba. 8 goals, about as many appearances. He had waited a long time for his first goal for Dortmund too. That is 17th appearance. When it came, he took it with aplomb. Has put his side on the verge of a big result here. Well, Dynamo just don't seem to know how to draw this season. They've drawn once in 22 games. Can they find a late equaliser here? Strinsky, one way or another, make sure it's his hand on the ball. Doing so gives away another corner. The volley was from Houtman. It's just not happening for Nicholas Houtman. And here comes Bamba again. He's got Atuali on his right if he gets his head up. He does get his head up, and here is Atuali. It was straight at Kevin Broll. Maybe should have finished that off there. Atuali had more time than he thought. He had to say, for Dortmund, they were unlucky themselves. Did hit the bar straight after the restart. Now, can they survive? The ball was flashed across goal again. Almost slightly mishit, I think, by Vlachodimos. There was no one waiting, no one gambling. Here's the other number 7. Did all he could. Atuali taking it first time. And a few more seconds will be eaten up here by a final change made by Jan Zimmerman. Semic makes his way up. And in his place comes Dennis Leclerc. Another youngster, 20 years of age. Help shore things up in the final couple of minutes. Anfang looks at his watch. It is now seconds rather than minutes, about 90 of them left. Dortmund don't look panicky. That's cleared forwards, but they have not parked the bus by any means. 5 players still in the Dresden half. That's excellently done as well by Prince Anning and the youngster. Again, not afraid to bring it forwards. And it's Dortmund with the ball here as we enter the final minute. Bamba maybe taking a needless risk though. He'll hope he doesn't turn from hero into villain. He's bailed out by a big tackle from a teammate. Kuchka goes into prime position for what will surely be the final kick of the game. Kevin Broll makes his way up. It is officially all hands to the pump for Dresden in the final 30 seconds. Lifted in, it's towards Broll. It goes down. No real appeals from the keeper. And that might be that for Dortmund. Broll his way back to his goal. Strinsky, no hurry to get us back underway. Try and catch his fellow keeper out of position because the 95 minutes is now up. Now it's the Dortmund fans, those that have travelled, making the noise. Jan Zimmerman wants the final whistle. It's not coming yet. Maybe chance. Maybe one final chance, and it will be another free kick. Will Kevin Broll make his way up again? This time, Jonathan Meyer to deliver. Will there be redemption at the end for the left-back who gave away the first goal, or at least handed it on a plate for Elongo Yombo? Kevin Broll is up again. Pretty much every player lined up along the edge of the 18-yard box. Only Hauptmann waits further out. In by Meyer. Punched, but only partially away and cleared off the line. Well, we talk about fine margins. This has been the game of fine margins. It would appear it wouldn't have mattered anyway if it was seen as a foul. It was Franz Fanner. We spoke about him punching the air earlier on. Some crucial pieces of defending. They don't get any more crucial than that. In the 97th minute, headed off the line. It would appear the whistle had already gone. And the final whistle has now gone. Somehow, Dortmund snatch the victory at the death. Seconds after Dynamo Dresden hit the post, the visitors broke away, and down the other end, substitute Samuel Bamba made himself the hero with his first ever goal for the Dortmund B team. Dynamo Dresden, once again, their all-or-nothing campaign continues. It's now 15 wins, 1 draw, and 7 losses. They remain 3 points behind Jan Regensburg at the summit. Their opportunity to return to the top goes begging, and we'll have to wait for now. They will head into matchday 24, 3 points behind their title rivals and with an identical goal difference. Disappointment, but you can't say this Dortmund didn't deserve it. They were handed their chances, but they took them. They came close themselves, also struck the woodwork. Held the lead for a very long time. Lost it just after the hour mark, but reclaimed it with 5 minutes to go. Dortmund will move up into the top half after a 2-1 win away at Dynamo Dresden.